Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and as my day begins, it is 24 hours since I started my first puzzle hunt on my channel. As I record this, it's not starting for another couple of days, so I can't unfortunately bring you any names or anything of anyone who has already completed the hunt. It is one of the disadvantages I have of starting early. Of recording in advance, but it is something that I have to do simply because of just the way things work for me. But my plan is, depending on how many solvers I get, that I am going to read out the names of the people who successfully solve the hunt, and there will be another announcement that I'm thinking of doing as well, which I'll get to later in the month. Hi, this is Future Brimster, and I'm interrupting this video, and you'll see this interruption a few times, to say that the link I provided in my puzzle hunt was incorrect. When you figure out the answer to the riddle, please put the hyphen fixed extension at the end. You will be taken to a puzzle if you do not do this, but it was not the puzzle I intended to release. It was a version that I was not as happy with. If you do go submit an answer to either puzzle, I will accept either answer. But if you go to the hyphen fixed version of the riddle, then you will get the puzzle that I intended to release. I think it is a better puzzle, and I'm sorry that this mix-up happened. I will be updating all of the graphics, and I'll be trying to put notes everywhere I put them to say to do this, but I cannot pull the original puzzle. It's just not something that I can do. Thank you, everyone, and I'm really sorry this happened. Back to past me. So I did say for the puzzle hunt, which was released yesterday, and there will be a link to where you can find that below. I have made a public post on my Patreon page. You do not need to be a paid Patreon of mine in order to access it. I am using Patreon mostly as a blog forum. Where you can find this. This is a riddle that will lead you to a puzzle, and the puzzle, if you solve it, will have details on how to submit the answer so that you can go into the entry. The winner will win the first person to enter, which has hopefully happened by now, will get a complete set of I think it was November. We'll get a complete month of Ashish Kumar's enthralling Sudoku packs. That's the classic pack, the variant pack, and the advanced classic pack. So that's I think it's about 45 different puzzles. And then everyone else who successfully enters will go into a draw, and one person will win another copy of that pack. And everyone who successfully completes the hunt and submits the answer will also win a small set of puzzles from Ashish Kumar, which are 9 connected Sudokus. So that's the hunt. I did say after one day I would release a clue to the riddle for people who don't like riddles, and that is, pay attention to what I am always wearing. Yeah, that might lead you in the right direction. In tomorrow, I release another hint to the riddle, and then on the day after that, I will just put a link to the actual puzzle below. So you will still have 4 days to solve the puzzle, because I'll be running this for 7 days. You'll still have 4 days to solve the puzzle, even if you don't like riddles. That's the way I'm doing it. So now I want to go back to this puzzle, which is Pencilmark Sudoku number 4 by Bill Murphy. I don't think I've done a Pencilmark Sudoku before on the channel. This is probably the first. So, let's have a look at this one. So the way Pencilmark Sudoku works is, I'll just go into the rules. It's nice and simple. In every box, in every row, and in every column, we must place the digits 1 to 9. But when you are doing a Sudoku, often you will pencil mark candidates. What this is giving us is, where there are pencil marks already in the grid, those are the only possible digits that can go into those cells. So we know at the beginning, this must be a 4, a 5, or a 6. This must be a 2 or a 3. This must be a 3, a 4, or a 5. That's all we're given. We're not given any, in this puzzle, we're not given any given digits. We're not given any arrows or thermos or killer cages or anything like that. We just know that some of these cells are limited to particular things. And Pencilmark Sudokus are often used to teach advanced classic techniques. So the setter will put the clues that point specifically to advanced classic techniques, so you can just hone straight in on them rather than have to set a bunch of givens that will then allow you to discover it. So they can be very, very good for demonstrating advanced classic techniques. I've never set one of these. I've not solved this one before, so let's give this a shot. I'm immediately drawn to this set of 4 digits. Whoops, this set of 4 digits, because I always try and come up with a name. This, whatever the name of this is, and I'm always told I'm wrong. But like, I think I've called this an empty rectangle in the past, and I've been told it's not. But these are a set of weird pointing pairs, and if you think about them, what they do is, if this is a 1, that means this must be a 5. And if this is a 5, this must be an 8. But if this is a 4, this must be an 8. So 8 is in one of those two. So if this is a 1, this is a 5, and this is an 8. And if this is a 4, this is an 8. So this means that 8 must be in one of those two. If this is a 4, then that's a 4. But if this is a 1, this is a 5, this is an 8, and this is a 4. So 4 is in one of these two. And you can do the same for the whole thing. So if this is a 1, this is a 1. If this is a 4, this is an 8, this is a 5, and this is a 1. And these are the ones. So what you end up with when you see this pattern is 1 must be here, 4 must be here, 8 must be here, and 5 must be here. And because of that, we can remove 1 from this row, anywhere else in this row. We can remove 8 from anywhere else in this row. So this can't be an 8. We can remove 5 from anywhere else in this column. This can't be a 5. And 1 and 4 from anywhere else in this column. So this must be a 3. And so again, showing you, if this was a 4, then this is a 3. If this is a 1, this is a 5, this is an 8, this is a 4, and this is a 3. So whether this is a 1 or this is a 4, this becomes a 3. That makes this a 2, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 4. Oh, and this was another one of those patterns which I could have used. So I could have actually potentially started with that one. That 1 means that's not 1 or 4, because I've got a 1 and a 4 looking at it. That 1 makes that a 5. That 5 takes 5 out of both of those. That 5 makes that a 6. The 6 makes that a 7. The 7 makes that a 1. It looks like I had another one here. So there were a whole bunch of those I could have started with, but I just chose to start with that one. That's the one I saw. That 7, the 1 and 7 makes that an 8. That 8, I've got a 1 and 8 looking at there, making that a 9. I've got a 4 and a 9 looking at that, making that a 7, which makes that a 1. The 1 makes that a 4, which actually resolves all of this, 8, 5, and 1. There's no 5, 6, or 7 there, so that becomes a 9. There's no 8 there because of the 8 in the box. There's no 5 there because of the 5 in the box. There is no 1 or 8 there because there's in the box. There's no 8 there. There is no 4 there because there's 1 in the box. There's no 3 there because there's 1 in the box. There is no 5 there. There's 1 in the column. There is no 1 there. There's 1 in the box. Oh, and this seems to have set up another one. 2. So what you're looking for when you're looking for one of these, and this is not one of them, this is just a Y-wing. Yeah, this is just a Y-wing. So The other one has, I'm not sure what it's called. Someone might be able to tell me in the comments, one of the more experienced classic setters. But that pattern, yeah, has given us, you can see there's a whole heap of boxes. A Y-wing I know for sure. And the way a Y-wing works is what we're looking at is those three cells, and specifically that cell and its impact on that cell. So what we're looking for here, and I know I haven't covered a lot of advanced classic techniques on my channel, but this cell, what we've done here is we've seen this can be a 2 or a 5. And these 2 5, what we then look for is this pointing in one direction at one of these digits and another digit. In this case, it's 2 6. And then in the other direction, using the other digit and the digit from here. So the way I've seen it explained is if 2 is A and 6 is C, or so you've got A and B in this cell. So 2 is A, 5 is B, 6 is C. So you want A, C in this direction and B, C in this direction. And what it means is if 2 is here, this must be a 6. And if 5 is here, this must be a 6. So one of these must be a 6. So any cell that sees both of these, which in this case is that one, cannot be a 6. If this was a 6, this would be a 5, this would be a 2, and there would be nothing you can put into that cell. So that's how a Y-wing works. So because this is 2 5 5 6 2 6, this cannot be a 6, this must be a 9. Which doesn't seem to have given me much. That's not a 4. And I think I now have another one of these rectangles. So 3 in one direction, 2 in another direction, 6 in another direction, 4 in another direction. So, okay, and that's going to impact that cell. So again, what happens if neither of these are 2? So this would be a 3, this would be a 4, this would be a 6, and this would have no value. So if this was a 2, these... So what it's telling us is this cell cannot be a 2. I'm bad at explaining classic techniques, I'm sorry. But if this cell cannot be a 2, because if this is a 2, this is a 5. If this is a 3, this is a 4, this is a 6, this is a 2, and this is a 5. So whichever way this goes around, this becomes a 5. And what you're looking for is, uncoloring that, is in the square, you are looking for 4 digits where 2 of them are in one line of it. A different digit is in a separate, the next line of the square. A different digit is in the next line of the square, and a different digit is in the next line of the square. And because you've got 2's lined up, 3's lined up, 4's lined up, and 6's lined up, you can eliminate 6's from all of those, 4's from all of those, 3's from all of those, and in this case what's important is 2's from all of those, which makes that a 5, that a 6, take 6 out of there. That 6, that 5. I've got to have some classic Sudoku I can do, surely. So 7 goes in one of those. 5 goes right there. That's because the 5's looking into the box. I've just used the pencil marks, but often with what I should have been doing is looking at just Sudoku techniques, because something is going to cause this to fall apart. It has to. Or I'm missing something again. I do it all the time. 1 is in one of those 2. 6 is in one of those 2. And that's clever. So 6 can't be there or there. So 6 is in one of those 2. So that becomes the 2, which makes that the 3, that the 4, and that the 6. So where's the pressure? 1, 2 is in one of those two. 1, 2. So what we've got here is 1, 2, 4 can only go there, and 6 can only go there. Now 4 being there puts 4 into one of those two. I'm curious about this box because it's got this pair in it that might restrict something. So 2, 3, 5, 6 is forced into a pair. This row, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is a 1, 2 pair because this row is only missing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's a 3, 4 in the box. In fact, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 4, that's a 3. That 2 takes 2 out of there. These are 7, 8, and 9 without that one being 7 or 9. That's 8. That is a 7, 9 pair. This bottom row now has 1, 2, and 6. So this is a, well, 2 has to go there. That 4 makes that a 6 and that a 1. So, sorry, this was 1 and 6. So that is 1, that is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So this is 4 and this is 8. Did that resolve anything? Not yet. This column maybe 5, 6, 7, and 9. So 5, 6, 7, and 9. This is not a 5. This is not a 6. Actually, the only place for a 6 is at the top because can't put 6 in any of those either. That was a bit unhelpful. Oh, that 4. That's probably been there for ages and I was not seeing it. So that's a 3. That does put 3 in one of those two. Oh, that's 6. Oh, I am really, really, really fluffing this. 3, 3, 3. 3 is in one of those. Eek. 3 is in one of those two because it can't go there because of the pencil mark. 2 is in one of those two. 6 is right there. 7, 8, and 9 seem to be unrestricted. This column. So what I'm looking for at the moment is where on the grid has the most restrictions. Some people are really good at looking at a cell and going, that one is seen by 8 other digits or 7 other digits. What I tend to look for, because I'm bad at that, is this column only has 4 cells in it that aren't full. So what do these need to be? And they need to be 2, 3, 5, and 6. So this, for example, sees a 2 and a 6. So that has to be 3 and 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 5, and 6. This doesn't seem to be going anywhere. 2, 3, 5. Oh, there we go. So can't put 6 in any of those. That becomes the 6. This is not the 6. So now 6 has to go right there. So that was a good place to look. I think that's all the 6s in the grid. I'm not narrowing this down, but now I've got only 4 empty cells in this column. So that's 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 7, 8, 9. And those seem to be able to be anything, but I do need to put 5 in there. Two can't go there. 2 can't go there. 2 can't go there. I was hoping to because I was seeing 2s looking in. 5 in this row has several options. 7. That 4, 7 has to be there for a reason. And there is a reason why I don't do a lot of classics. I do want to increase the number of classics I do on my channel, but I am aware that I am not very efficient at them. This column. So 1, I need 2, 7, 8, and 9. In fact, this box is 2, 7, 8, and 9. So, but these are 2, 7, 8, and 9. So this is 2, 7, and 9, 2, 7, and 8. I don't like pencil marking when there's all 4 options because unlike with normal, with some of the variants where I can put in more to see what pressure the digits are putting on. In a classic, it tends not to put quite as much pressure unless you're finding quads or quintuples, which is rare. 4 here. 4, 5, 7, and 8. So this is 5 or 7. 4, 7, or 8. Right. This is 4, 5, 7 because I can't put the 8 in the box. And this gives me a 4, 5, 7 triple because of this. This must be a 2 or a 3. Because this column needs 4, 5, 7, and 8. So 8 has to go in one of those two, which I already had because of the 8s looking up. But because of the 4, 5, 7, 8, I get a 4, 5, 7 triple because of that. I can take 5 out of there. 5 now must go in one of those two. That has to have given me more. That 2, 3 pair has to have done something. Three has to go in one of those two. One is right there. 1, 1, and right there. And that's all the ones. 2s. Twos are not, hang on. Why did I not mark there? Huh. 3s. 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm not sure. That's a 4 because I've got 4s looking into these columns. So where do I put 4 in this column? It goes right there, which takes 4 out of there, which gives me a 5, 7 pair, which makes that a 4. That's got to help. Please let that help. That 5, 7 takes 7 out of there. This becomes a 4, 8 pair. 2, 3. So what are we missing from this column? So it's 2, 3, 7, and 9. So 2, 3, 7, and 9. Can't put 2 there. Can't put 3 there. I must put 7 and 9 in there, but I've already got that by not having it in any of the others. Early morning Sudoku. Yay. No, people are doing better at my puzzle hunt than I'm doing at this. I'm sorry, Bill. I seem to have done badly at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. That's not 3. Neither of those are 4. That's not 3. It's not 8. I'm almost getting to a fully pencil marked grid, and that feels bad. Normally the trick with this is all the opening stuff. And often then there might be one revealed, but I honestly feel with this I am just missing something blindingly obvious. Which people always feel comfortable pointing out to me, so I'm sure I will find out soon enough. That must be a 2. There is nowhere else in this column I can put a 2, so that's a 2. So this becomes a 7, 9. This is a 7, 8, 9. Even that didn't. So I'm looking for other Y-wings, which are often called bent triples or something like that as well, or another one of those rectangles. But I feel I'm overcomplicating looking for stuff. And, well, that's not a 9 because of that 9 there. It's not 8s, is it? I don't think so. This is not a 2. This is not a 2. This is a 3, 5 pair. That takes 3 out of both of those, makes that a 2. That 2, I'd missed it completely. This is a 3. That 3 makes that a 7, which makes that an 8, and makes that a 5, and makes that a 9. This becomes a 3. This is not a 2. That is a 7 or an 8. There is no... That's what I was missing. That is not... that's a 2. Holy cow, how did I miss that for so long? That is a 7 or an 8. I've now got a 7, 8, 9. That is not a... That is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a 9. That is a 2. That took me way too long to spot. That is not... That is a 7. That is a 9. That is a 7. That is a 2. I can take 7 out of those. I can take 8 out of those. So that is 4. That is 3. That is 5. That is 3. That is 8. That is 4. That is 9, and I can take 9 out of both of those. So we've got 7 8s, but that becomes 7. That becomes 9. These 7 8s are probably going to get broken open by what I put in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this sees 5, 8. This becomes 9. There is no 9 in here. The 5 makes this 8 and 5. That 8 makes that 7 and 8, which I can go down here, 8, and I can put in a 7 and complete the puzzle. So that's Pencilmark Sudoku number 4. Teaching you a few really nice... classic tricks. So first of all was the when you've got a rectangle of pairs where the digits in the rectangle each point at each other, you can eliminate from the entire row. Then there was a Y-wing that didn't seem to do much for me, but I got to explain what a Y-wing was. And then there was another one of those rectangles, which forced this to be a 5. It eliminated the 2 from this cell. And then there was a whole bunch of just pointing classic and stuff that I did really badly at. I missed that 2 for way too long. I'm sorry about that, everyone. But Bill Murphy, that was a really good puzzle. And thank you very much for providing it. And I hope everyone is having has given my puzzle hunt a try. If you're having trouble with the Sudoku, please feel free to jump onto the Sudoku Solvers Discord, for which I provide. I'm sorry with the pronunciation on Sudoku. I get that wrong all the time. I do it without thinking. I could blame the Australian accent, but that would just be me being looking for excuses. I just say it wrong. Jump onto the Sudoku Solvers Discord. There is a Bremster discussion channel in there. I am sure that there would be people in there prepared to help you with the hunt, including me. Although my time zone is a little weird, so if I'm slow to respond, I could be in bed. Yes, so good luck, everyone. I hope you do well with the puzzle hunt, for which I will be only running for a week. So everyone who wants to enter will need to do so by depending on where you are in the world, but I will be closing it 7 days after I opened it. So try and get in before the 27th of January. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, good luck with your solving.